Racing to the 2020 Breeders' Cup, and this time let's take a deep dive into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. We already have taken a look at the top 8 contenders for the juveniles if you missed that video, but you can watch this one on the fillies as we have now completed all the prep races, and let's focus in on the 3 big winners of those final Win and You're In races, starting with the Chandelier Stakes and Princess Noor. She improved to 3 for 3, winning the Del Mar Futurity, winning the Chandelier Stakes. Now the only knock on her so far is some people question the speed figures. They're coming up a little bit light on the Beyer scale and even on the Brisnet scale, as the surface was a little bit slow, and the grade 1 par she seems to be a little bit low. Meanwhile, for those on the qualitative side that like to watch the races, she has been bet off the board to 1 to 5 and 2 to 5 in her last 2 starts, and really has dominated the race visually. So that'll be interesting to see how Princess Noor goes into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. I'm pretty positive she's going to be the favorite, but it's going to be interesting to see how low she goes and how people interpret those speed figures for those 2 big victories in the Del Mar Debutante and the Chandelier Stakes. Dayouthoftheoffice picked up another stakes victory, winning over the weekend. It was the Frizette Stakes, and now she's got 2 stakes wins. Of course, the Schuylerville was her first stakes win, and she beat the highly regarded Vequist in the matchup in the Frizette Stakes. She's going to go in sitting on a career top after the big win at Gulfstream Park to start off her career. She's now 3 for 3 after that win in the Frizette, and of course she won the Schuylerville as a long shot, but really won that in hand and ran impressively in all 3 of her wins. Really has not been asked yet. I think she's going to be quite a foe at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. It was Simply Ravishing dominating the Alcibiades Stakes at Keeneland, and now she continues to march towards the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. Ken McPeak trains, and Simply Ravishing has gotten some good speed figures, so she's going to be bet down, I think, based on the visual. She did face a small field in one of her wins, but that last race, the Alcibiades, really opened up some eyes, and she took advantage going into the turn. She seems to have tactical speed, and she should be a factor right from the start in the Juvenile Fillies. Girl Daddy's been resting since the Pocahontas score. Dal Romans trains, and of course the Pocahontas was on the day of the Kentucky Oaks. The Pocahontas win accomplished by Daddy Girl. She got tired a little bit late, but that was a 2-turn race, and she's already got the experience, been able to consolidate those speed figures over the last 5-6 weeks, and she should go in fresh and fit and ready to fire a new career top for Girl Daddy. Meanwhile, Thoughtfully, who was also ran in the Alcibiades Stakes, it looks like they are still going to point forward to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. After back-to-back wins to start off her career, she disappointed, never really running a step, and kind of cold on the board going into the Alcibiades Stakes. She did have a workout out of the Alcibiades, a slow 4-furlong workout, so we'll see if they give her a little bit longer workout before they decide to run in the Juvenile. Vequist second in the Frizette Stakes to Dayouthoftheoffice. Of course, the big 9-length victory the race before that. She should improve. I think she's going to be right there with the favorites, probably the 3rd or 4th favorite going into the Juvenile Fillies. And then you've got Forrest Caraway, who's been resting since that 2nd place effort to Princess Noor in the Del Mar Debutante. Now, she worked out on October 3rd, and we're recording this on Monday, October 12th. She hasn't worked out since that 6-furlong workout in 112 and change on October 3rd. So she's kind of missing a workout. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But Peter Miller trains, and right now the plan is for her to go to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. And then Travel Column, 3rd in the Alcibiades Stakes, ran a good race considering she was stretching out after only the 1 race at Churchill Downs. Speedy pedigree and really impressed visually in that first race. So I think she has some upside here in her 3rd lifetime start. That's a look at the Juvenile Fillies. Princess Noor, the most likely big favorite, but Simply Ravishing and Dayouthoftheoffice, along with Vequist, also going to be among the top 8 contenders as we look ahead to Keeneland. Remember, hit subscribe, ring that bell for notifications as we lead you up to the 2020 Breeders' Cup.